So here is another commonly asked question about PCIT. And the question is, when will I start seeing results and how can I tell if this is actually working? So my first answer is that many families start seeing results almost right away. So you come in for your intake session, we get all of the details about what's going on in your family, we talk with you about PCIT, we make sure it is the right fit for you. That's always part of our intake session. And then we bring you and your child in for an observation and we watch the way that you interact together, and that gives us some good ways of understanding your family. And it also lets us have a baseline for the kinds of changes that we expect to see. And after that, we do a teaching session where we teach you how to do the first phase of treatment. So until this point, we really haven't started the treatment, right? We've made sure the treatment is going to be the right fit for you. We've gotten an understanding of your interactions with your child and the way that they're responding to you and the way that you're responding to them. And then we've taught you those skills. After that, changes happen very, very quickly, especially if you are practicing. Families who practice these skills see treatment changes extremely quickly. And then you add in that coaching element where we're right there tweaking the things that are going on, and almost immediately you can start seeing changes. So you will notice the changes in your relationship with your child. We will also make sure that we are keeping track of changes. So we have you complete a measure of behavior every single week. And that way we can graph, we can look and say, are things getting better? Are the behavior problems decreasing? Did something happen? Did we see a little increase? What was that about? So it lets us really problem solve and make sure that changes are really happening. And so that you know that changes are really happening as well. And also we keep track of the changes that you are making in your parenting. You know, the skills that you're able to use that you couldn't use before, the way that you're able to respond to more challenging behaviors. So we're keeping track of everything. And so we can basically tell you, where are you in terms of learning some of these play therapy skills and what do you still have to work on? And where has your child changed? And what are the things that we're still watching with them? Some of these behaviors we're going to have to address in the second phase of treatment, which is more about limit setting. Some of these behavior problems can go away right away. It really depends on the child and your family. But one of the amazing things about PCIT is that we see changes very, very, very quickly. However, I would encourage you, don't just stop when you start seeing changes. It's like an antibiotic. You want to get through the entire treatment and then you'll have changes that are more long lasting. So all of that is always very exciting. So when families come in and they're in that hard point at the beginning and they're struggling and they're talking about how they love their child, but they just need some things to change. They don't feel connected. They're not sure how to manage some challenging behaviors. There's this part of me that I have so much empathy for that. No kid comes with a manual. But then there's this excitement there too, because I know that things will be different because I've always seen them change. And so that is really amazing for me as a clinician. And it's very exciting for families. So I do want to give you that ray of hope that there is effective treatment that can make things a lot better for you and for your family. You just have to commit to doing something a little bit different, to being a little bit open and vulnerable and letting somebody watch you interact with your child, letting somebody give you some strategies that may be different than things you have tried before. But I'm really excited about that part. Makes it a joy to be a PCIT therapist, truly.